Welcome back, everyone, to Open Line. Talking about guns and bills in the Tennessee legislature involving guns and constitutional carry. John Harris with us from the Tennessee Firearms Association via Zoom, as all of our guests are, and several calls. So let's go to Brad. Hello, Brad.
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. I'm a retired Memphis police officer, 28 years service. My home is Nashville, but I went to Memphis because they were paying more. And I just like to say I'm diametrically opposed to open carry as an issue, number one, and this permitless carry. Anybody 18 and over without a record can go in and purchase and carry a firearm without any training. All departments, and military too, I'm a veteran, are very big on training. Because the more you train, the better off you are. If you get in a situation, your adrenaline goes up and your actual competence and training goes down. The degree is constantly debatable. And, you know, I just don't think it's a good idea.
So you say you're diametrically opposed. We have John Harris is saying there's no data that says it's really problematic, that law enforcement's opposed to it, but he would like to see data. Is there data that this would cause a problem?
Not to my knowledge. I can't refute what he's saying, but I think in something like this, we need to go on what has happened in the past, people carrying guns, and even some of those that have permits. They'll train, they'll get the permit, and they don't go back to the range. Those that are very concerned and conscientious, they'll go back to the range. A lot of the others, I've got it now. I don't have to go back. My competency level is the same when in reality it's not. That's why police departments have in-service twice a year. And right. you have to pass all of it, including firearms. And I think Memphis, where I left, it was 80%.
Okay.
I don't know what Metro Nashville is.
Okay, well, thank you for your call. Thank you. So there you have law enforcement, 28 years, diametrically opposed. So there you go. What? I think I know what you're going to say, but what do you want to say?
You know, I appreciate his opinion. He's been on the streets and he's lived through it, and I agree to a point. When it comes to civil liability issues, you know, can you get sued for negligent shooting or a wrongful death? I tell people as an attorney that handles these kind of cases, you need to get training. You need to get regular training, and you need professional training. Don't just go shoot tree stumps and beer cans. But when it comes to should the government have the authority to restrict your exercise of a constitutionally protected right conditioned on you getting training, the position that we take is no, that authority doesn't exist.
Okay, let's go to Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, what's on your mind?
Just have a question about my dad was a police officer 34 years, and obviously I'm a country boy, been raised with guns, and traded guns in a school parking lot when I was growing up. But my question is now, I've carried a gun in my car for quite a while for protection, and Lieutenant with the Highway Patrol said something to me that I know well. You should let the police know that that's in there, or have it. Is that a law?
We're beginning to lose you, but I think what he's saying is he's carried a gun in his car, and a highway patrolman, a law enforcement officer said you should let law enforcement know you have a gun in your car, and he's asking, is that right?
Well, if it's vehicle transport, that doesn't require a permit, there is no requirement in the statute that you disclose to an officer that you're in possession of a firearm. You can if you want to, and we typically recommend it because the officer is going to feel more comfortable if you do it, so long as you're certain you're not in a place where possession of the weapon would be a crime, like in a public park. With the permit, there's a provision in the permit statute that says if an officer is on the scene, so you've got like a car wreck, and the officer makes inquiry of a permit, the officer has the right to see your permit at that point in time, and also to take possession of the weapon during the time that they're investigating the incident, even if the firearm is completely unrelated to the incident.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take another call here. Tony, go right ahead.
Yeah. How you doing? Thank you, Mr. Harris, for taking my call. I consider you a personal friend of mine, but I do have relevant questions. I was a correction officer for about 20 years or more. Now, I've done transported these guys from prison to prison, know most of them, but I do feel nervous because a lot of them guys know me, even though I treated them fair. And I called you about a couple of years ago on the incident when I was going to do my laundry in the laundromat, and the guy told me I couldn't bring them in there. Well, you told me at the time, don't bring it in there. Just don't bring it in there. Keep everything down. Now, Walmart and some of these other big grocery stores, they don't want you to bring a gun in there. How am I going to protect myself when all these crime rates are going? And now when I go into these, they don't want the guns up at the Capitol Hill. Me and you discussed that.
Okay, let me ask them, because we're running out of time. Let me ask that. So you understood his question, right? Can't take it into Kroger,
yes.
Feels concerned somebody might come up. What do you say there? And the legislature, what do you say?
Well, as far as merchants go, the legislature has given them the authority by statute to ban guns on their property. And if they do that, it's a Class B misdemeanor. So shop somewhere else, or tell the merchant that you are a permit holder and you're offended by their signage and you're going to take your business somewhere else. But if you carry in there and you get caught, it's a crime. And so I'd never advise somebody to commit a crime. Now, the legislature is an interesting situation now because a few years ago, they changed the rules. If you go into the legislature's building, which is called the Cordell Hall, and you're a permit holder, so long as the weapon is concealed, you can carry the loaded gun in the legislature. What you can't do, because Bill Lee is in charge of it, is carry it into the Capitol.
Okay.
But if you just went to the General Assembly, you can carry it in there, and I've done it many a time.
All right, we have to take a break. Be back right after this.